purposes.
Pursuant to the rule, the gentleman from Idaho, Mr. Simpson, and the gentleman from Virginia, Mr. Moran, each will control 20 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Idaho.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that all members may have 5 legislative days in which to revise and extend their remarks and include extraneous material on H.R. 70, and that I may include tabular material on the same.
Without objection, so ordered. The gentleman from Idaho is recognized for 20 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, I yield myself such time as I may consume.
Gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today in support of this important legislation to fund the operations of the National Park Service, the Smithsonian Institution, the U.S. Holocaust Museum, and the National Gallery of Art. Mr. Speaker, the effects of the government shutdown, which began at midnight last night, is already being felt across the country and in our nation's capital. As of this morning, all 401 National Park Service units in the United States, 19 Smithsonian museums and galleries, including the National Zoo, the Holocaust Museum, and the National Gallery of Art, were closed to the public. This legislation, if adopted, would reopen these national treasures to the American public. Mr. Speaker, the American people woke up this morning to the headlines that read, "The capital of the free world closed till further notice." It's no surprise that the government shutdown has had an impact on real people and on the economy. On our National Mall, tourists yesterday raced from one museum to another, trying to see as many sites as they could with the government shutdown looming. It's estimated that the local economy could lose up to $200 million a day with the National Zoo, Smithsonian Museums, and Holocaust Museums, and the National Gallery of Art, and other popular attractions closed to the public. This doesn't even begin to measure the national and international impact of these closures. In the case of the National Park Service, 21,379 employees across the country were furloughed today. This is an impact on real people. Families who long ago made plans to visit Yosemite or Yellowstone or the Statue of Liberty found these sites and others shuttered today. This is an impact on real people. I heard on the news about a group of World War II veterans who arrived at the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. today and found that the site had been barricaded. That didn't stop them from entering the memorial built to honor their sacrifice. Mr. Speaker, this is a common sense bill, and I encourage my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to support it, and I reserve the balance of my time.